Thursday, Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa. Godwin Kienka, he's the director of International Tennis Academy, and he's the author of the recently published book, Sports in Nigeria, Going Round in Circles, has described Nigeria's withdrawal from international basketball activities for 2 years as very primitive and shameful sports politics. I'll go straight to my caller today. His name is Afolabi. I call him Garanto. And he's the go-to guy when it comes to basketball in Nigeria. Afolabi, welcome on the show.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm very good.
Now, Kienka says that this non-participation of basketball by Nigeria is shameful, and he calls it shameful, really.
I think for me, it's just trying to cut off the head just to spite the nose. Because when you look at what has happened in the last 6 months, leading to the federation selection and all that, the back and forth between ministry, federation, and all that, I think everything has boiled down to the fact that these politicians who parade themselves as sports ministers and all that don't really have the best interest of Nigerian sports at heart. Trying to pull Nigeria out of international basketball for the next 2 years when you only have 1 year left in office. So that means the new person coming into office, we have to start on a very rough note. And you see that people have not even said anything. That means that maybe at the end of 2 years, when we come back to our right senses, then they will start their own drama. Maybe ban us for additional 2 years or tell us, oh, let's continue from where you left off. And then it's another round of back and forth, and then new sort of crisis. But for me as a person, I think being the minister talk to his institution, or the ministry talk to the institution at the first time of asking, saying that in the Nigerian Basketball Federation has a constitution verified with the International Federation, with NOC, and also the ministry, then they should conduct their own elections internally as provided for by the constitution.
No, Afolabi, let me ask you this question now. The Musa Kida Tijani Umar led Wala. I think I lost him there. We'll try and get him again. We'll try and get Afolabi on the phone again. And where we're coming to is the problem we have with basketball in Nigeria is between two people. I have said it's an ego problem. Tijani Umar and Musa Kida. And this is causing so much problems. Now, Nigeria will not be in any... Okay, Afolabi, what is the problem really? Is it the Musa Kida, Tijani Umar ego problem? What's our problem really?
I think the problem is that we don't have a binding document, that really puts us in check, that teaches how both we succeed each other. Because, this is normal politics. And then in any country where you don't have laws guiding how these things can be done, then you have this sort of back and forth every 4 years. But, all attempts to have a constitution as a reform. Why? Because people think because of their reach in government, because of their power, because of people that they know in government, they can always hide under such influence and then cause problems. If you look at what has happened, it is not even a Tijani Umar or Musa Kida problem right now. This is the third force. The third force is being led by IG Igoche. And some speaker groups from Kida group, some speaker groups from Tijani Umar group formed this this new set. Why? Why do they have that platform? Because they felt aggrieved by they said they were not being carried along by their groups. So they came together, to form a new group. And then who gave them that platform to misbehave? The military. The military kept going back and forth. We postponed election. We allow you to hold this competition. Oh, constitution is not good enough. We need to have a meeting with people. People who come together and then they start forming stakeholders. Tell us or tell them to point to the stake that they hold. Because we're talking about the Congress. The Congress is made up of state chairmen, rest of technical crew, and also players, NASA, SB, paramilitary, and few other institutions are recognized by the Constitution of Nigeria. But since you wanted to do things from the head, these are the problems we have. Until such a time that you have a Constitution on ground that everybody must abide by, we always continue to have this problem.
Now, Afolabi, unfortunately, football has been just a part of our little soccer in the past few years. Basketball has been our opium. They've made us proud, male and female. What happens next now that we are not going to be involved in any competition, locally or internationally, in the next 2 years?
What happens next? Everybody will stay at home. And then we watch other people on TV.
Funny.
For example, now the girls are meant to be in Australia in the next 3 months. By now, all senior federations have started preparing for the World Cup. The last time we were out there, we were number 8. That was in Spain. And then this year, we're saying, the girls can probably do better and maybe get the semi-finals and all that based on the accident. So with this backward move, taking one step forward and 7 steps backward, it shows that all the achievements in the last 3-4 years just go down the drain. Because being number 1 in Africa, number 16 in the world for the women, if they are out for the next 2 years of international reckoning, and then still waiting for FIBA to maybe calm down due to government interference, I think maybe by the time we turn to international basketball, a lot of these are players that will have retired, and then our ranking will be nowhere near where we are right now. But for me, I think I have this conspiracy theory in my head. I don't know whether it's right or wrong, but I think from everything that we've been saying in the last few days, I think I'm being proven right. In the last 2 competitions that Nigeria went for, the ministry led the delegation. Why? Because Kida had to bend backwards when FIBA was to him, this list will be coming from you. He said yes. Because we saw a day like this that FIBA will come and ban Nigeria for government interference. So all the last 2 Afro baskets that Nigeria went for the men and women, which the men won there, making it 3 in a row for them. Government has not paid a single kobo to the federation. But since they took over, they went to Serbia for qualifiers, they went to Angola for qualifiers. They've made money available for all this because they were the ones in charge. Then FIBA now spoke like 2 months ago that, following the election held in Benin, we recognized Kida as the president and also they listed the members of the board. Knowing that the money that they've been enjoying so far on the international scene will automatically stop because the federation will have to operate through Kida. They said, they are pulling out. The money for this international event, they said they will be diverting it to the next basketball. All of a sudden now, they are so much interested in domestic basketball. During the final eight that they organized in Abuja, they said they spent millions of naira for a competition that did not last for up to a week. And then in June, they said they're going to start secondary school basketball, just trying to the existing structure on ground, the one sponsored by this Netflix, you know, they are trying to replicate the same thing. Why? Because they are bereft of ideas. They're just looking for means to divert money and then get access to funds. That's my own conspiracy theory. And I think over the next few months, over the next few weeks, we will see how this things pan out.
Afolabi, thank you very much for joining us despite your busy schedule. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You are welcome, sir.
Thank you. That was Afolabi Oni. Afolabi Oni, we call him Garanto. He's the go-to guy when it comes to basketball in Nigeria. And he has spoken extensively about how we can make this better. He says it's not about the Musa Kida and Tijani Umar ego problem. He says no. He goes beyond that. Well, basketball has been a smiling face to most of us in the past few years, and I'm stunned that this is happening to us. We will not be involved in any, whether local or international basketball competitions in the next 2 years. So sad. Some good news, though. The U.S. soccer men's and women's national team players will receive equal pay and prize money, including at World Cups, after they come together to agree on a landmark collective bargaining agreement with the U.S. Soccer Federation yesterday. Now, the women finally have their rights in the United States of America. We'll have the phone lines, the hotline are there on the screen, and we're asking, are these women right to ask for the same pay cuts with their male counterparts? Some would say, why? The men make more money, they have more broadcast rights, they have more franchise with them, and the women are doing well too, yeah, but they have less. But some would say they are women. They are playing football. In fact, some of them play football at some stress, if you ask me. You know what I mean. You know, and so we have seen women who play football while pregnant. Not heavily, though. But some are saying that, should these women, do they have the right to even say they want to get the same pay? Well, in the U.S., it's been approved by the Senate, our Senate here, and they say yes, they will get the same pay. If they go to the World Cup, if they go to anything for their country, they will get the same pay as the men get. Victory for the women, if you say so. So the phone lines are on the screen, and I'm asking, do they have a right to actually even protest this? Though they have won, but do they have a right in the first place to even say, let's get the same pay with men? I'll go to other topics, but I'll still leave the phone lines open so you can call. Now, Dainese Shapovalov was knocked out of the Geneva Open by Ilya Ivashka on Wednesday, while number 2 seed Casper Ruud passed Benoit Paire to reach the quarterfinals. Ivashka's 6-4, 6-7, 2, 6-3 win over the Canadian world number 15 earned him his first win over a top 20 player. Ruud, on the other hand, was quick to dispatch Paire, going 6-3, 6-1 in under an hour, as the Norwegian looks to defend his title in Geneva. Number 4 seed Ryla Opelka also advanced with a win over 6-3, 6-7, 7-5 win over Australian qualifier Christopher O'Connell. Okay, I'm still taking the calls today, and of course, we're asking ourselves a question. The U.S. women's team have won the battle over getting their win over same pay over every competition they go for, and they have won. I don't know if Nigeria or any other country is good. I don't know. The Miami Heat used the huge third quarter to overhaul and defeat the Boston Celtics in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals clash in the NBA yesterday. Now, Miami outscored the visitors 39-14 in the third to open up a lead they would not relinquish at the FTX Arena. Jimmy Butler led all scores with 41 points as he again displayed his big game temperaments. I'm going to leave you with something today, okay? First of all, I want to say a big thank you to Lawal. Lawal is behind the cameras. You can't see him, but he makes you see us. Downstairs, the powerhouse of Femi. I call him Femora. Thank you very much, people. Thank you very much, Tumishi. Thank you very much, Damilola. Thank you very much, Ajasa. AJ, that's what I call him. Thank you very much, Deblo. Unfortunately, he's an Arsenal fan, but Debola, thank you, Debola. Of course, I'll leave you with, this reminds me of the Lagos City Marathon. No Nigerian has ever won it, but we still host it every time. Now, the Giro d'Italia has been hosted every year since about 1940. No Italian has ever won it before. Alberto Dainese has become the first Italian to ever win the Giro d'Italia in the history of the competition. Join us same time tomorrow, Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa. Ruby, thank you very much. Esther Oyime, thank you very much. Join us same time tomorrow, Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa, like I said earlier. My name is Wale Scott. Like I always advise you at the end of every show, if not for anything, at least for your hearts, do some sports.